Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man, you were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all thrones, above all wonders the world has ever known, above all wealth and treasures of the earth, there's no way to measure what you're worth. And laid behind a stone, you lived to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all.
Hello, dear viewers all over the world, those people in Europe, Canada, America, cutting across Africa. Yes, I'm here to introduce to you. My name's Mukisa Moses Serebe. Morning Joy Africa Ministry is not a church, but a place for the vulnerable children, youths, and the elderly, but mostly committed on children and the youths, those that are rejected, the unloved, that are suffering from the streets, children that are suffering with HIV stigma, those suffering drugs, sexual abuses. So Morning Joy is committed in transforming lives of children.
Bintu bingi ebireetera abaana abo okubeera ku nguudo, abamu buba butabanguko mu family zaabwe, maama ne taata ne baseparatinga, oba taata n'afa ne kusigala maama nga maama talina buyambi bumala, asangibwa abaana abo nga talina kyakukola ki, engeri gy'abayambamu, abaana abo olumu ne bamuvaako wakati wali kyakulya, twesanga abaana abo nga bazze ku nguudo.
Sikyasobola kulabirira bazi kuba sikyasobola kukola, ne bwe nzija ne nkusaba omulimu papa tosobola kumpa mulimu kusinziira ku myaka gye nnina gye negigenda okuyingira ensonga.
Our grandma narrating her story of pain, and right now she's bleeding. We help this young girl to have education, to bring a difference in the family. She happens to have her daughter who's crippled, and those grandchildren that she told you about are the product out of that daughter, and they need help because men tend to abuse this crippled woman, and later they throw her. This is happening a lot in Africa, where men abuses innocent women.
Banji bali muno batambula butambuzi balonda scrap babeera mu babintu by'abantu, naye twebaza Mukama kyekitongole ekyo bwe kyajja ekikwatira ku baana era basoma ate ne bawa essomero eddungi, era twebaza Mukama olw'ebyoto by'abaana baffe bijja kusobola okutuukirira olw'omukisa gwe bafuna. Nze ndi mukyala atunda ebintu ebitono ng'ennyaanya, entula, olw'okubeezaawo famire yange, naye ssente zaali tezijja bulungi ng'era tebasoma olw'embeera y'ebintu babiseera, ate n'amagoba matono byonooneka mangu. So nebaza olw'okunkwatirako ku mwana wange era mmanyi ekirooto kye kijja tuukirira mu maaso.
Africa has suffered for so long. Why? Lacking one who can serve in a place of a parent, in a place of love. Many people would have been great, the children that you see on streets, but because no one has shown a heart of love, you find that we are losing great leaders.
And we also believe that there is still hope where there is no hope. So we thank God for His love and generosity. Yes, I am called Mami Sandra here at Morning Joy, and I love being called that. And I'm also the secretary for the organization of Morning Joy Africa Ministries International.
Di mama ndudde n'abaana abo manye engeri yaabwe abamu bajja balina emize mingi egitagambika.
Atuyeyo nga tweyiya mpola mpola nga tuwenja ffe tumanye obulamu bwaffe bwenja kufuna kyakulya olunaku luba luweddeko. Kati twagenda ate ne tuyigamu n'okubba tetutayina. Kati ate nekyeyongerako ne tuba nga tuzuukuka ku ssaawa 9 ne tugenda ne tubba nga oluusi lwowonyeewo lwobala.
You are losing great people. You are losing God-fearing people because every person who is created by God, God has bestowed a lot of good things in them. But because of the corrupt of the world, the sin of the world, the people that have been not loved because of the bad hearts in people have corrupted the hearts and the minds of children, and they have grown up with no love, with no fear of the Lord.
Ninayo abaana babiri papa be yannondera ku nguudo nga bantoloseeko n'abatwala n'abakuuma kati basoma bali bulungi abadde abalabirira batuuka obudde ne bajja ne bandabako nga bafuuka abaana abalungi.
The children have neglected their homes. Children have run out of their homes, of their parents' hands, because of poverty, because of miscommunication between parents, lack of communication from parents to children that has led them to go to streets, poverty whereby parents have sent their children to go and hunt for food, to go and hunt for money, that has led them, most of them, to be killed by people in the community, soldiers in the community, protectors of the community.
Nenga tukyali eyo ku ghetto waliwo omwami eyajja n'atusinkana bali bamuyita Mukisa Moses. Kusooka nze nalowooza oba asaddaaka baana kuba bangi bajjanga nga baagala otutwala nga bamu bakuwa opportunity akulabirirayo wakusomesa gwe ng'ogenda mu holiday nga weeyiiya.
And this is why Morning Joy for You comes out committedly in helping those children, in rescuing them from the streets, in transforming them, rehabilitating them, and resettling them. And resettlement, I mean bringing back a relationship between a child and a parent.
We give you glory, Lord, as we honor you. We give you glory, Lord, as we honor you. You are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. You are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. Greetings to all viewers all over the world. Praise the Lord. My name is Nakasumba Shakira, a daughter of Morning Joy African Ministries. I'm here to talk about Morning Joy and the testimony that the Lord is doing for us.
Yes, we believe in transforming their lives through equipping them with skills. Yes, skills that will enable them to stand the world out there, because the world is full of violence, the world is full of corruption, and so many crimes that lead many youth to do unwanted things.
Omusajja kudduka n'akulekera abaana oluusi n'obutaddukanga waali naye nga tafaayo ku baana n'osigala nga gwe maama gwe taata omwana n'atuuka ekiseera ng'ate gwe maama ekimu tosobola kimuwa n'ayagala agende ku nguudo yeegatte ku banne alabe nti oba ayisobolayo funa kyayagala ate eyo n'ayonoonekerayo bwonoonekera kye tulina nga ffe abazadde abakyala.
Morning Joy ennyambye kinene nnyo entutte ku ssomero ly'ebyemikono era n'enjiga n'enkuguka sobola okukola dining tables, shoe rack n'ebirala bingi.
Waliwo ebisoomooza bye tusanga wano ku Morning Joy. Abaana abamu babeera so stubborn whereby nga tasobola kubeera mu banne nga takozeeyo kintu kyonna ekyekikolobero ekibi. Naye abaana abo tubaleeta ne tubabudaabuda ne tubahaginga ne tubalaga ekyokukola wajja akikontininga ng'akikola so many times naye nga nawe bw'omubuulirira nti tebakola bwe bati mu society tebeeyisa bwe bati embeera eyo agenda akola ki agikyusa era n'akyukira ddala. Ogenda okwesanga ng'oyo mwana akyukidde ddala nga y'omu abo abali stubborn ennyo nga y'omu asinga okubeera n'empisa ennungi.
Nga sinaba kujoyininga Morning Joy nga nkyabeera eyo ku nguudo bingi bye twakolanga kubanga twanyakulanga obusawo, twavuganga sikeeti ku makubo nga tubba abantu. Kiro ssaawa 6 tuba tuyingiddeyo mu bufunda nga tugenze kuteega bantu kubajjako masimu kuba by that time twali tulabanga tekisobola okututwala mu maaso naye we tuzze nga tukula ne tulaba nti nno bye twali tukola byali tebiina kye bitwongerako.
As me, Miss Nabkenya Rachel, have come out to help Morning Joy Africa Ministries to bring out kids from street to our home. We have been very privileged. We have been very honored that children have been transformed. Children who have been motherless have been mothered. Those who have been hopeless have found hope. And we thank God that this is how far we've come with these children. We've given them ears. We've impacted knowledge in them. Those who never wanted to go to school, they are now going to school.
When I came to Morning Joy, I did not have hope. I was really sad and I was not born again. But when I came to Morning Joy, Papa asked me, "Do you want to become a born again?" And I said yes. Then I became a born again, but for me, I was a Christian.
We have found out that children are suffering because of their loss of parents, the violence in the homes, where parents are having fights time to time, it makes children traumatized. And by that you find that children decide to leave homes.
Because most of the parents have not groomed their children. They have neglected them, left them to housekeepers. And these house girls tend to mistreat these children, causing them to abandon their homes and go to streets.
Other parents are so drunkard because they are so addicted with drugs and alcoholism. You find that they mistreat these children sexually, We have found such many reports in homes where children are going through such hard time. A girl child, you can imagine.
Many girls in my community face a lot of challenges, and some of them, they get married when they are still young, and most of them get early pregnancies because they don't have hope of going to school.
Since our aim is to transform their lives, we equip them with bakery skills. That is bakery. We teach them how to bake cakes. Those cakes, since it is a life skill, that will give them income to sustain their lives, and it will also sustain Morning Joy, since their being happy is being happy. There are 4 bakery skills for the girls and also boys, because what girls can do, even boys can do better. So we believe in transforming all of them. We do not discriminate or divide that only girls can learn this.
We do bows, we do crafts shoes, bangles, necklaces, and so many other things. We are here to thank you for the support that you have given unto us. Thank you very much for loving us.
In Africa today, some societies tend to take children to early marriages. Just count at the early age of 12 years, 10 years, 13 years, making them into marriage.
We also believe in carpentry because this world is developing on a fast rate. We've seen so many interior designs lately, so we also decided to equip our boys and girls. Mostly this project is for the boys of carpentry, so we teach them how to do different things. But this is not done here at Morning Joy. We take them to different institutions that can allow us to teach our boys on a bursary basis, since our income is not that well.
Ffe nga ffe kye tubulayo, tubulako zi mashini ezimu okutandikawo ebbajjiro lyaffe. Kuba waliwo mashini ze twetaaga nga mashini zino eziwawula, mashini zino eziranda ezimu ezikola design.
Most of them have learned how to do beds, chairs, such things that are usually used in houses, because most of the houses, they have chairs, they have beds, they have windows, doors. So we equip them with such things.
Tusaba Katonda abawe sente mujje mutuyambeko bintu bingi bye twetaaga nga Morning Joy okuyimuka naffe tulwanirire eddembe eryabo abali ku street.
Because of high poverty, parents tend to like selling their children for survival. And this is why today Morning Joy is saying there is still hope. A new day is coming for such a child suffering, for such a child who is forced into early marriage, a child who is forced into early sex, a child that is traumatized, depressed in the heart, the anxiety in those children.
Najja siina kyemmanyi nga siina ssuubi mu bulamu nti oba ndisoma oba ndibeerako kyendi kati okutuusa kati. Naye neebaza Mukama nti nsoma, eyali talina ssuubi kati nina essuubi.
I did not know God. I used to sing secular songs and I did not know any gospel song. But when I come to Morning Joy, Papa told us about the gospel, preached about us the word of God.
There is still hope. There is still love. There are still good people, right people who can take care of you. And this is what we are trying to do as Morning Joy Africa Ministry. Some of you don't know that in Africa, many children are forced into soldiering. They are recruited to go and train to be rebels.
This is where Morning Joy has come in to help such children by giving them a home, parenting them, nurturing them, teaching them moral.
We have to pass them through a process of awakening their brain. So we take them through that project of homeschooling, because most of them have been on the street for a lifetime. Therefore, the only way to engage them into school again, we take them through that project of homeschooling to see how many can write, how many can read, how many can form a sentence. Take them to different institutions, universities, and that is a project also that we are working on, because we go to different schools and we ask for bursaries. Those that are lenient with us, they do listen and give us bursaries, scholarships, so that our children can acquire education just like any other child out there who is going to school. We want to see our children become important men and women in this world, not only in our country but also worldwide. We have a passion of seeing them become pilots, teachers, lawyers, doctors, nurses. That is why we say that there is still hope for these children, their lives to be transformed into something else, something that will amaze the entire world.
But now I have hope that I'm going to fulfill all my desires and all my dreams during my leisure time. I find people who want to wash for them clothes, and I do that, and I get some upkeep like pocket money and to buy myself things like clothes and other things like shoes. My mom is a street vendor. She sells clothes on the streets, and the money she gets is not enough to take care of my family, my siblings.
You have had stories all over in Nigeria, in Uganda here, in Southern Sudan. They are recruited at early age. They are trained to have a bad heart, that they can kill at any time, slaughtering others, and others are made to eat their friends, to eat their own brothers, So carnivore practices are done in Uganda. Children's sacrifices are done in Uganda. The rampant practice of witchcraft, has made many children to run away. Where you find that a mother is telling her son, her child, run because your father is planning this. The hatred that has been built between parents, where a child sees a father as a rebel to him, where a child sees a mother as a rebel to him. So all these things has traumatized children and causing them ending up on streets.
Since we are not financially stable, we experience different challenges. Most of the times as we take our children to school, we have to hire taxis, and of which it is expensive. Since we have so many children, 1 or 2 taxis is not usually enough. Sometimes we have to get minibuses so that you can take them to school or even to ministries where they go and minister, because such ministries help us to advertise the student, to advertise Morning Joy, and also such ministries touch the lives of those that we've gone to minister to and stand with us financially, though not so much, and also in education. So our major challenge is finance, and also we need a vehicle of our own.
It takes only $5 per day to rescue a child. How more wonderful if we could come out to work with us and we rescue many lives. Morning Joy Africa Ministry, that is our heart. Regardless of anything, we have struggled to see that children can live, youths can become great.
Just like agriculture is the backbone of Uganda, even here in Morning Joy, agriculture is our backbone. Yes, we do farming. We mainly base in maize plantation because that is the project that can generate the income that we need as Morning Joy. So we embark so much on maize plantation. We do it on a large scale, since we have to get a higher production in maize plantation, because such a maize harvest can help us in different ways. We get food, and we also get the maize that we take to different schools to act as school fees for these children, for them to start. As you can see, we have a large number of children here. We can't afford to pay for each and every child on a monthly basis or giving them money. But what we do is that we take maize, we negotiate with a school, and we count the number of children that are enrolled in that school. We give them the bags according to the number of children, so that helps us in cutting down the costs of school fees. Yes, and also the maize harvest helps a lot in the food that we eat at home. Since we have so many children here, we find it hard to buy food every day. A 50 kilogram of bag of maize takes us 2 days. So if we get maize harvest on a large scale, we store some for home consumption, and also the rest of it we sell it, because we have other needs like electricity, water, medication, clothes. Yes, so that is how we do our things here at Morning Joy.
and they feel they don't need anything like home, because they feel home is a dungeon of lion to kill them, to destroy them. So it's better for them to keep themselves on the streets, where they feel that they're free. But wait a minute, even on streets, life is not easy. We have seen children killing themselves. I happen to have a street background. I was once in streets in those early days of 2000, because I had no parent, I had no mother, no father who took care of me. Remember, I lost my mother at 9 years. I was born alone in my mother. And these are things that traumatize children. Losing your mother, who has been everything to you, and then you end up not seeing your father coming out, and that only made me to run away from where I was, because even where I was, life wasn't easy. I was suffering. I spent some good years on the streets, suffering. I saw children killing and piercing themselves. One day I remember when, because I used to sleep in a channel of water in Kampala city, and what happened? Floods came because it was raining at night, and it took some two friends of mine. But for me, I don't even recall how I clinked on the grass, and I held myself and pushed myself, and God rescued me from such a tragedy. And this is something that took long to come out of my mind. And this is what children are going through. Glory be to God that one person came out and showed me love. My daddy, Bishop Barongo Timothy, Bernard Omara, they gave me life. I saw them struggling, and they gave me hope again in church.
If you're out there and you're willing to help us, to stand with us, to do this work of God with us, please stand with us financially, prayer. And we welcome visitors here at Morning Joy, because we usually get visitors from outside, from universities, that come in with things, with bread, milk, clothes for the children, books. So we welcome all of you here at Morning Joy.
When did Morning Joy begin? Morning Joy by registration is 4 years. But Morning Joy started a long time ago, because I was operating under the church after having a vision in 2003, and God told me, I'm calling you. Out of you shall come out a great generation, a generation that will put down the kingdom of darkness down, the works of the enemy that want to destroy children, because the enemy knows that a seed of the future lies in the children, lies in those youths that you're seeing suffering on the streets, in communities. You have seen them where they have no fear, because they are looking for survival. They have no fear to do you anything bad, to get something to the stomach. We have seen children killed, slaughtered, burned alive, because they have stolen something very little.
As per now, we've had those who have been graduated. We thank God for those. We have those who are going to sit their senior 4s, senior 6. We thank God that this is how far we've come. And we are praying to God that you viewers can come out and help us support, encourage, upbringing these children, nurturing them, impacting them wisdom, welcoming them to the presence of God, to the presence of people, to the presence of parents. We thank you, viewers. We need more support. We need more encouragement. We need more and more and more of moral support from wherever you are. Those who are willing, we all welcome you.
People may not know your name, but God knows your name, and that becomes their hope. So we train them, we teach them who is God, and the fear of the Lord has become their strength and their transformation, because we tell them, without God, where will you run? how will you survive in life? If such one of our colleague who had such an evil background, bad background, a terrifying background, has achieved this, has become this, we also can become this. And this has become a cornerstone of their strength. That's how we transform them. And some people always ask, how do you recruit them on the streets? We have a technical way. When we go to reach out, we don't bring them straight to our homes. No, we reach them to them in streets, in their places where they sleep, where they stay. We show them love, we talk to them. They begin to have a relationship with us. We befriend them. That next time when you come, they say, hey, Papa, you have come. You give them what you give them. Then one day, you decide to invite them at Morning Joy Africa Ministry, our home. And when you invite them, you give them food. Again, you give them what you have. Because we say, and we have trained the same children that are there, that one, if you have 2 clothes, 2 shirts, give one to another who doesn't have. That's what they call beautiful eyes, eyes of love, that they look where there is a need and they become a channel. They become a solution. If I have 2 shirts, let me give one to that one who doesn't have. And they do this every time we bring these children. So they share love to their same friends and their testimony and who they have become. So again, we don't make them to stay. We tell them, go back. Like 3 times. Why do we do that? We bring a comparison. We create a comparison. We put a missing gap in the heart of this child whom has just visited us. So when they go, they feel that they are missing something. They are missing something great. So the next time you go to them, they feel like, can we come and stay with you? Please, Papa, please. You ask them, would you wish to come and be part of our family? So when they come, they are already filled with love and much care, expectation. And still mothers give it to them. You know, I give it to them. We give time that they talk to us time to time, which they have never had. And this has brought a great change and maintain them at home and giving them a future. That's what we do. Yes, indeed.